It is not considered proper to repurpose an old electrical box as a junction box for extending a 220-volt line. The electrical codes mandate that all electrical connections must be housed within approved junction boxes. These boxes are designed and tested to meet specific safety standards, ensuring that electrical connections are made securely and potential hazards are minimized. Using an old electrical box for this purpose could violate these safety standards. Old boxes may be damaged, improperly grounded, or lack sufficient space for secure connection. This can lead to loose connections, overheating, and an increased risk of electrical fires. The correct approach involves installing a new code-compliant junction box near the new receptacle location. This box should be appropriately sized for the number and gauge of conductors it will contain. It must also be securely mounted to a structural element of the building to prevent strain on the connections. Within this new junction box, the existing 220-volt line can be extended to the new receptacle using wire connectors, such as wire nuts. These wire connectors must be sized correctly for the gauge of the wires being joined and installed according to the manufacturer's instructions. The installation needs to ensure a tight and reliable connection. The NEC, or National Electrical Code, provides specific requirements for junction box installations, wire connector types, and wire splicing techniques. Consult the latest edition of the NEC for detailed guidance on these topics. It is also important to note that electrical work can be dangerous, and it is always recommended to consult a qualified electrician for any electrical project, especially when dealing with higher voltages such as 220 volts. A licensed electrician has the knowledge and experience to ensure that the work is done safely and in compliance with all applicable codes and regulations. They can assess the existing wiring, determine the appropriate size and type of junction box, and make the necessary connections in a safe and professional manner. Improperly installed electrical wiring can lead to serious consequences, including electrical shock, fire, and property damage. Therefore, it is always best to err on the side of caution and seek professional assistance when working with electricity. In addition to the proper junction box and wire connections, the wiring itself must be suitable for the application. The gauge of the wire must be sufficient to handle the current load of the range, and the wire must be properly insulated to prevent shorts and ground faults. The NEC specifies the minimum wire gauge for different amperage ratings, and it is important to follow these guidelines carefully. The circuit breaker protecting the 220-volt circuit must also be sized correctly for the wire gauge and the appliance load. An undersized circuit breaker will trip frequently, while an oversized circuit breaker will not provide adequate protection against overcurrents. Overcurrents are dangerous because they can cause the wires to overheat and potentially start a fire. Furthermore, the grounding system must be properly installed to provide a path for fault current to flow back to the source. This helps to protect against electrical shock in the event of a fault. The grounding conductor must be connected to the metal frame of the range and to the grounding terminal in the receptacle. The receptacle itself must be an M650 receptacle, which is the standard type of receptacle for ranges. It has 2 hot slots, 1 neutral slot, and 1 ground slot. The hot slots are connected to the two 120-volt legs of the 240-volt circuit. The neutral slot is connected to the neutral conductor, and the ground slot is connected to the grounding conductor. When extending a 220-volt circuit, it is important to use the same gauge of wire as the existing circuit. This ensures that the new wiring can handle the same current load as the old wiring. If you use a smaller gauge of wire, it could overheat and potentially start a fire. It is also important to use the same type of insulation as the existing wiring. This ensures that the new wiring is compatible with the old wiring and that it can withstand the same environmental conditions. The wire connectors, such as wire nuts, must be sized correctly for the gauge of the wires being joined. If you use undersized wire nuts, they may not be able to provide a secure connection, and the wires could come loose over time. This could lead to a dangerous situation, as the loose wires could arc and potentially start a fire. It is also important to twist the wires together tightly before installing the wire nuts. This helps to ensure a good electrical connection. After the wire nuts are installed, they should be taped with electrical tape. This helps to prevent them from coming loose and also provides additional insulation. The junction box must be properly supported to prevent it from moving or falling. This is important because a loose junction box could strain the wires and potentially cause them to come loose. The junction box should be mounted to a stud or other structural member of the wall. It can be secured with screws or nails. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, it is best to hire a qualified electrician to do the work for you. An electrician has the knowledge and experience to do the job safely and correctly. They will also be able to ensure that the work is done in compliance with all applicable codes and regulations. Here are some additional safety tips to keep in mind when working with electricity. Always turn off the power to the circuit before working on it. You can do this by flipping the circuit breaker to the off position. Use a voltage tester to confirm that the power is off before touching any wires. Wear rubber gloves and safety glasses to protect yourself from electrical shock. Never work on electrical wiring in wet conditions. If you are not sure how to do something, ask a qualified electrician for help. By following these safety tips, you can help to prevent electrical accidents and injuries. Remember, electricity is dangerous, and it is important to take precautions to protect yourself. When selecting a junction box, consider the size and type of wires that will be used, as well as the number of connections that will be made. The box must be large enough to accommodate all of the wires and connections without overcrowding them. Overcrowding can make it difficult to make secure connections and can also lead to overheating. There are different types of junction boxes available, including metal boxes and plastic boxes. Metal boxes are more durable and can provide better grounding, but they are also more expensive. Plastic boxes are less expensive and easier to work with, but they are not as durable. Choose the type of box that is best suited for your needs. When making wire connections, it is important to use the correct type of wire connectors. There are different types of wire connectors available, including wire nuts, push-in connectors, and crimp connectors. Wire nuts are the most common type of wire connector, and they are relatively inexpensive and easy to use. Push-in connectors are more expensive than wire nuts, but they are also easier to use. Crimp connectors are the most secure type of wire connector, but they require a special crimping tool. Choose a type of wire connector that is best suited for your needs and skill level. When installing wire connectors, it is important to follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully. This will help to ensure that the connections are made securely and that they will not come loose over time. It is also important to twist the wires together tightly before installing the wire connectors. This will help to improve the electrical connection. After the wire connectors are installed, they should be taped with electrical tape. This will help to prevent them from coming loose and will also provide additional insulation. The junction box should be mounted in a location where it is easily accessible for future maintenance. It should not be hidden behind walls or ceilings. The box should also be protected from physical damage. If the box is located in a damp or wet location, it should be a weatherproof box. When working with electricity, it is important to be aware of the potential hazards and to take precautions to protect yourself. Electricity can be dangerous, and it is important to treat it with respect. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, it is best to hire a qualified electrician to do the work for you. They have the knowledge and experience to do the job safely and correctly. They will also be able to ensure that the work is done in compliance with all applicable codes and regulations. Firstly, ensure the power is off. Secondly, use properly sized junction box. Thirdly, use correct wire gauge. Fourthly, use appropriate wire connectors. Fifthly, secure connections. Sixthly, properly ground. Seventhly, support the box. Eighthly, inspect the work. Ninthly, test the circuit. 10thly, consult a professional if needed. Never underestimate the importance of electrical safety. A seemingly small mistake can have serious consequences. Always double-check your work and follow all applicable codes and regulations. If you are ever unsure about something, it is always best to ask a qualified electrician for help. Your safety and the safety of your home depend on it. The 220-volt circuit is a potentially dangerous circuit. If you are not comfortable working with it, it is best to hire a qualified electrician to do the work for you. An electrician has the knowledge and experience to do the job safely and correctly. They will also be able to ensure that the work is done in compliance with all applicable codes and regulations. It is better to be safe than sorry when it comes to electricity.